We're going to finally wrap up this series of videos exploring Dell Bredesen's book, The End of Alzheimer's, the first program to reverse and prevent cognitive decline. If you missed any videos, you can find them in the notes below. So here's my overall take. The ReCode protocol makes a lot of sense. Bredesen is not promised healing without a lot of change. The program requires real sacrifice both on the part of those suffering cognitive decline and those loved ones helping them. If Bredesen were selling something, he'd push a few pills and supplements and call it good. In fact, Bredesen's nuanced approach to Alzheimer's lays bare the simple-minded approach Western medicine takes to disease. Got a problem with an organ? Cut it out. Feeling down? SSRIs for you. Experiencing cognitive decline? Well, take these pills. The disease of Alzheimer's defies such simple-mindedness. Pills won't make it go away. It's complex and requires a complex treatment. This stubborn fact should force greater humility on the medical professionals trying to treat not just Alzheimer's, but a great many other chronic diseases too. In the book, Bredesen shares how he tried to get a clinical trial approved to test ReCode. There would be 4 different groups, one on a placebo, one on a drug, one on a placebo and the ReCode protocol, and one on the drug and the ReCode protocol. The Institutional Review Board rejected the proposal, saying that Bredesen's research group, quote, didn't understand how to perform a clinical trial since they were suggesting a program and not a single variable. So, if the ReCode protocol didn't go through a clinical trial, where was it tested? It was born out of people coming to Bredesen in desperation, looking for any help they could get with cognitive decline. And for those of you who dismiss Bredesen's work out of hand, well, you, more than anyone else, should be militating for a clinical trial of the program. I, for one, am grateful for Bredesen's research skills and intellectual honesty. He's helped us all understand that amyloid precursor protein is a dependence receptor influenced by a lot of factors, which means treatment also requires lots of factors. In research, it's easier to follow the reigning dogma, design some studies, and cash those checks, but he has been willing to risk it all to actually follow where the research took him. However, I find it troubling that even with all the nuance, how much of ReCode still assumes that Alzheimer's should fall under the purview of medical practitioners. Alzheimer's is a cultural disease. It's a disease of civilization. Sure, there are biochemical and physiological processes to track and treat, but they're representative of wider societal trends. How we grow our food, how we eat, how we live, how we play. Emphasis on the we. Alzheimer's is the result of a spiritual sickness emanating from everything from our extractive industries to our throwaway culture. We want the shortcuts without having to pay for them. Incorporating the ReCode protocol into the contemporary human's daily life is not easy, even if you have the financial and social resources to do the testing and make the lifestyle changes. And a word of warning, for so many people, the dietary and lifestyle changes required in the Bredesen protocol will be social suicide. Hopefully that won't be the case for you. I sincerely hope that you have a supportive circle of loved ones, or that you'll be part of that supportive circle, eager to make whatever changes necessary to reverse and prevent cognitive decline. Ultimately, Alzheimer's reveals who we are. When we find ourselves face to face with someone suffering, what do we do? Do we band together and make the collective sacrifices necessary? Do we cook the healthy food and eliminate chemical irritants in our homes? Do we simplify and slow our pace of life? Or do we march along with the status quo, telling ourselves that we care about those suffering by consuming the occasional pornified vignette about the horrors of living with Alzheimer's, or by eulogizing our loved one while they're still living and we're still feeding them cookies? Now, I want to stress again how appreciative I am for Bredesen's work and the hope it brings. In a world dominated by the materialists, no one is going to listen unless you can point to the biological markers detailing the how and why a disease is happening. And even then, as we've seen with Bredesen's difficulty in getting research funding, there are still loads of roadblocks. So read the book, watch his interviews, and protect yourself and those you love. You won't regret it. And thanks, as always, for watching.